morning, guys, and welcome back to my channel where we're about that breaking cycles life. I hope you guys are good, and I hope you guys are ready for the day ahead. Now, guys, today's encouragement is coming from Isaiah 41 verse 13, and trust me when I tell you this verse has helped me many times in life. I'm pretty sure it will help you today and throughout the rest of your days. And it says, "For I, the Lord your God, will hold your right hand, saying to you, fear not, I will help you." That is so comforting, right? Because it's good to know that you have that friend that is there by your side that you can count on. And that's what he's telling us here. He is our God. He is our friend, that he will hold our right hand and he will guide us. He will help us in whatever trial we're going through. And oftentimes when we're going through trials, guys, we forget that we ought to come to God. We ought to ask him for help because we're so upset at the fact that he placed us in the trial. I can totally understand. But guys, that is when we should take our Bibles, we should listen to gospel songs, we should seek his face even more when we're going through trials, because he is there to help us. And I'm pretty sure we've all heard this before, that trials come in our lives so that we may be humbled and we can seek God more. And that's basically what he wants us to do. Guys, I can even give you the example with this Sabbath issue that I spoke to you about some weeks ago, right? Guys, if you knew how much I had to be in prayer, I had to be seeking God, because it's not easy to be in a society that they don't believe in God. The majority don't believe in God. And I had to rely on this verse and a couple other verses to know, God, you will help me in this situation because you know what is best for my life. And when I was fasting with my friends, I oftentimes prayed. I was like, Lord, if it is that it's your will for them to place another exam on Sabbath, then just give me an understanding heart to know why it is that you allowed this again to happen. Because I did all I could in my human strength, with your direction, of course. Because I never went and even though I told you guys, I argued with them. It wasn't a matter of just wanting to go and argue. It was because I have already pleaded with them, humbly pleaded with them in the first semester when they placed the exams on Sabbath. I humbly pleaded with them. I humbly went and spoke to them. I took their opposition, and it just happened that way, right? But I don't know what stirred up in me, but I really believe that it needed to be done, because if sometimes you don't push for things, guys, things won't get done. And if it is that God still did not want, because that's what I said, after I fought with them and I literally went above heads and people in higher authority, the last resort, not the last resort, it was the first resort and the ultimate resort, right? And I went and I was like, you know what, God? I asked as many people as I could. They all know my situation. They all know who the Adventists are in this school, because it's not only me, and it's not only affecting my education, and it's not only affecting my future. Because if they kept putting exams on Sabbath, guys, it would delay my time here in this school, and I do not want that to happen. So I prayed. I was like, you know what, God? I went, I asked, because he says, ask and you shall receive, right? So I went, I asked, I fought, you know, in battles you fight. Okay, I went, I fought, and I did everything I could until I was like, you know what, God, right now it's in your hands, because it's you have to work on their hearts, because when I go and speak to them, you're getting the friction in the conversation, and I don't want them to think that it's a matter of disrespect why I am asking them to do this. It's not a matter of disrespect. I don't want to disrespect the school. I don't want to do anything of the sort. It's just a simple request that I'm pleading and asking you to understand, right? And I prayed. I asked God. I was like, God, yeah, whatever is your will, let it be done. Because that's what I needed to be done, His will. And I know once His will is done, then I should be okay. And that is Him helping me in my situation. That's Him holding my right hand. And me humbling myself, of course, before His throne, to understand that, okay, whatever it is that He desires for my life, that must be done, right? And He helped me, you see? He helped me with prayer, with fasting, of course, going after and asking and going to war. I'm just saying it in biblical terms, like going to war, and asking and pleading with these people now that they know who Shanique is in the school. Yeah, it's after all of that, He was definitely holding my hand and guiding me to, like, okay, Shanique, this doesn't sit right. You should go to someone else higher, because these people aren't listening, right? So it was His direction. It was Him holding my hand all this time to see that, okay, God, you were there to help me. And if it is that you're going through a trial, guys, that's what I'm trying to say. If it is that you're going through a trial, guys, just remember that God is there, and we should not fear, right? We should not fear, because He is the Lord our God, and He will hold our right hand, and He will help us. In this world, guys, we have an enemy, and if it is that we stand for the Bible, we are going to face trials, and we should not fear. We should stand on God's word, and trust me, if we hold His hand, if we submit ourselves to Him on a constant basis, we will definitely see His hand in our lives, and He will hold us, He will guide us, and He will help us. So yes, whatever it is that you're going through, guys, just please, I'm begging you, seek God and be reminded that He will hold your right hand and He will help you. And stand on His word, and He will stand up for you. Okay, guys? So that's our encouragement for today. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.